Hey everybody, my name is Marian and welcome back to my library. I'm excited to start filming today because I'm actually going to be filming a Christmas vlog. I'm starting to film this right before Thanksgiving, and so I'm really getting in the mood for my holiday reads. And so what I did was I picked out 4 different Christmas and holiday themed novellas, and I'm going to film myself reading them for this vlog. A lot of them are by authors that I haven't had the chance to read before, so I'm really excited to dive into these today. On the next slide here, I'm going to show which 4 titles I'm going to be reading. And then today I'm actually going to dive into my first book, which is Merry Ever After by Tessa Bailey. Now that I think about it, I may have just lied to you by accident. I am so sorry. I have actually read a book by Tessa Bailey before. Last December, I think. I read Window Shopping, which by the way is super cute. I did review this one on my blog, so I will drop a link down below if you want to check that out. It's definitely a fun and steamy holiday read. But yeah, the plan is I do have an audiobook version of this to listen to, so I think I'm going to take Hazel out on a walk. Hazel just looked up when I said the word walk. I think she's very excited. And we are going to listen to that on the way. It's kind of funny how I say we, like I'm going to have like a pair of doggy headphones for her so that she can listen too. By we, I obviously mean me. I need to stop talking or Hazel is going to revolt, so let's get going. Hey everybody, it is currently Wednesday afternoon, and I have to say that I finished the short story Merry Ever After by Tessa Bailey yesterday, and I disliked it so much that I had to completely replan this vlog. I was like, I cannot keep reading holiday short stories if they're going to be like that. I don't even think I'm being harsh because right after I finished reading it, I went on to Goodreads and I was reading the reviews, and it only has a 2.8 star rating, which is pretty bad. The reviews, I'm not going to share them, but they were very funny. They made me laugh. And it looks like a lot of people are in agreement with me. I liked the premise of the story, which is that it's about 2 people that meet unexpectedly in a thrift store. She is working there and he's a farmer and he's very large, so for some reason he cannot find jeans that fit him. And the first thing he decides to do is go to the thrift store. And I have a lot of questions with this premise because it's like, well, if he can't find jeans that fit, why is he not like specially ordering them from like a larger man store? But again, I don't really want to get into this because the more you try to put logic into it, the less sense it makes. So the girl working at the thrift store, she is a new single mom. She is a recent transplant to town, and she just so happens to be very into upcycling clothing, and so she offers to make him a pair of jeans. And again, I know I said I wasn't going to try to put too much thought into it, but it's like, how is she, her whole thing is that she likes to upcycle and she likes to make new things out of secondhand things. So what exactly is she doing to make him like a super large pair of jeans? Like, is she somehow sewing 2 pairs of pants together? I gotta stop. I gotta stop. So anyway, I didn't like that story. I decided that this was actually a short story, not a novella. It was part of an Amazon original short stories, I don't know, collection that they put together last year. And I don't think I'm going to be checking out the rest of them because I don't really like short stories, I don't think. I didn't even think the idea of Tessa's story was that bad. It's just that some of the dialogue was so cringy and the premise of the story just seemed very silly. Whereas I think if it had been like a full novel, I think she could have explained it better and it would have maybe made more sense. But maybe that's being generous. What can I say? I'm feeling generous. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know if I have it in me to read any more short stories or novellas this week. So I am switching to just a holiday themed reading vlog. I finished Merry Ever After yesterday. I immediately started reading The Holiday Hookup List by Alexis Daria. And this is actually a recently published holiday novella. It's about two people, Valencia and Gideon, and it's kind of like an enemies to lovers romance, I think. The two of them were like sworn enemies in high school, and so they reunite in Brooklyn over Christmas time and they get to know each other better. I've never read anything by this author before, and I really like it so far. The writing style is very snappy and it's keeping me entertained, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in this one. I don't know if I mentioned this, but today is Wednesday, November 26th. That's the day before Thanksgiving, and I worked for half the day and then I took half a vacation day, so I am planning on spending the rest of my afternoon reading and writing. We have some Thanksgiving Eve plans tonight. We're going out to dinner with some people, and then we might go see some of my family that's visiting from out of town. And then tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So I don't know if I'll have a ton of time for reading after this afternoon, but hopefully, when we get home from Thanksgiving tomorrow night, I will be able to give you an update. Oh, actually, I may pop in tomorrow morning. I think I am home tomorrow morning. I'm probably going to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade with Hazel while my fiance is out on a bike ride. So I may pop in tomorrow. Hey everybody, this is Marian, and it is Friday, November 28th. I had my headphones in because I was listening to an audiobook while I cleaned. So, the audiobook in question is The Holiday Hookup List by Alexis Daria. I mentioned the other day that I was just starting that one, and it's very sweet. I'm enjoying it a lot. I can't remember what I told you about the plot, but it's about two people that are reunited at a bar in Brooklyn. The main characters are named Valencia and Gideon, and they were friends during school, but Gideon was a little bit of a bully, and as it turns out, there are reasons why he was the way he was. But it's very interesting. They meet in the bar one night, and they just kind of have this instant chemistry. And so they wind up going home together, and over the course of the evening, they kind of open up to each other, talk about the past, talk about where they are in their lives right now. And they wind up coming up with a list of activities to do during the month of December because both of them are kind of alone for the holidays. Valencia lost both of her parents in a car accident, and Gideon, his father, passed away the previous year, and his mother is French, so she has gone back to France. I have to say that when it comes to Christmas movies and Christmas books, I love stories that take place in New York City because there's just something so magical about being in a big city during Christmas. I was just reminiscing at Thanksgiving yesterday about when my brother lived in Philly, and one year I took the train down and we did all these Christmas activities. Like we went to a Christmas market and we went to Macy's and we watched like the Christmas lights display. This was probably back in like 2017, 2018, but it was so fun. And there's just something so fun about being in a city during the holidays. So I'm really enjoying the setting of this story. I really like the writing style. I think that Alexis Daria is going to become one of my favorite new authors. I was looking on Goodreads and it looks like she does have quite a few other books, so I'm hoping to check those out after I finish this one. Although it's probably going to have to wait until the new year because, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I do have a pretty big TBR list right now. So I had a doctor's appointment this morning and I went to the gym. And then when I got home, I've pretty much spent all of my time cleaning because we want to get our Christmas decorations out tomorrow. We just got a new tree and I'm really looking forward to putting it up and decorating it. So I've been listening to my audiobook for most of the way. I'm hoping to finish this one today. I am heading out in a little bit to Lancaster. Since it's Black Friday, they do light the Christmas tree in the city on Black Friday. And so my fiance is actually at a cycling event downtown. And he said that, if I want to come meet him, we can go out to dinner, we can go to the tree lighting. And we've actually done this a couple of years prior, and it's always a good time, and we always have a really nice dinner out. So that is what we're going to do. Depending on traffic, it will probably take me about 45 minutes to get there. So I'm hoping to maybe finish up my audiobook on the way there. If not, hopefully I will finish it up on the way home tonight. I will definitely try to insert some B-roll footage just to show you how pretty the city looks at night, and especially during the holiday season. Hazel had a really big day yesterday, so she is pooped. She had so much fun during Thanksgiving playing with my brother's dog, Tony. And I'm sure she also had a lot of fun running around. And, there's so much commotion going on that she didn't really get any naps. So she'll be staying in this evening. I just fed her an early dinner, and I'm going to make her a snuggle spot on the couch so she can have a little rest while we're out.